Now let's go toss some plastic. And we've made it to hole 1 of the Seneca Championship course in Seneca, South Carolina. We're starting off with our only hole that is not buried in the woods. We have 334 feet, dead straight, pretty wide open, slightly downhill. We are going to start off with our Firebird. Good looking throw. All right, very nice shot 1. Let's get started. Sorry for that kind of rushed hole 1 there. I had to set the tripod up on a very busy walking path. There's a lot going on. Honestly, that was probably really close to an ace. It was a lot better than I thought, and we're definitely gonna need this birdie. Hole 2, and this is what the rest of the course is gonna look like, throwing down very long wooded fairways. We have 428 feet. This is tricky. You kind of want a slight hyzer off your tee shot, but the basket is tucked way off up there to the right. Any early tree kick today is gonna be disastrous, but we are gonna full send it with our Wraith. Oh my. There's no way. That branch is this big. Okay, well, those are the disastrous tree kicks that I was talking about. I'll be honest, I am not sure how far away from the basket we still are. I'm just gonna take my Envy, put it on a nice Annie shot. I don't think the pin's attackable. Hopefully just make a play for the 4. Exactly what we wanted. The Envy really came through for us on that one. We have left ourselves 104 feet for the 3. Oh, we'll gladly take that. For the 4. Oof. Hole 3, 475 feet. We do want to hang straight for quite a while, but I think a left finish is nice. If we hang too straight, I think we're going to be in a world of hurt. So we are going to full send our champion Boss. Hook up. Oh! Dang it, we were a little too high. The throws are feeling good today though. We're hitting our lines, we're just catching some weird branches. We have found ourselves in a very tricky lie. This is a tough pin location. We have this huge horseshoe. The basket is basically dead straight in front of us. I do kind of want to try some sneaky sidearm through the woods to try to skip up there, but I don't think that's gonna work out. So I'm gonna go with an even worse decision, and I'm gonna go with the Jaguar. Well, yep, that was definitely a worse decision. I don't know what it is with that disc, but I have to keep putting it in my bag and throwing it. It never works out though. We are still 86 feet away. I don't even know if this shot is runnable, but we are gonna send it with the Waka Waka. We should be able to walk out with a par. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, that shot was so much more difficult than it looked on camera. Only the Waka Waka could do that. For the 4, hole 4, 480 feet. This is not a tee shot that we can attack any distance off of. We just need to get about 200 feet, and then it's a sharp right turn. So we're just gonna sidearm our splice up there, then find the pin and make a play for it. Give us a nice skip. Well, we definitely could have tried for a little more distance than that, but we'll take it. We are still about 270 feet from the pin. We do have a pretty standard long Annie shot to get there, and if I remember from our walkthrough, there's a huge drop off on the right side, so hopefully we can avoid that, but of course we are gonna send the Envy. Oh, come on, keep working. That was not a good shot. Not a good shot at all. We still have 90 feet to the pin. We can go with a little Annie putt or kind of a high hyzer putt. Being that we do have a huge drop off on the right side, we're definitely gonna go with the hyzer putt to try to avoid that. All right, never had a chance of going in, but we'll take it. For the 4, I want to give a huge shout out to my man, Bill Murray. This really caught me off guard. I don't know why I find it so funny, but can someone explain to me why this hole is sponsored? Like, is Bill Murray actually sponsored this hole in honor of Bill Murray? Or is there just a huge Bill Murray fan out here? I just really did not expect that. Hole 5, on some of these holes, the long tee pads do not have any concrete poured, so we will move up to the shorts, but we have 295 feet. It goes downhill and then comes back up. We just need something to have a nice little flip up. We are gonna go with our hex and hopefully leave ourselves a birdie putt. That looks perfect. Slide up there. Really happy with that shot. I'm feeling good today. It's been a while since I've had this much fun filming around. For the 2, hole 6, 420 feet. This is a pretty tricky basket. It doesn't look that far to me. You can see it, it's dead straight, but it looks like we need some right turn off our tee shot and then have it fade back to the left. It is kind of blind though. We are gonna full send our wraith. Oh, that's bad. Wow, we didn't get any turn on that. Not a great throw. Time to scramble. As expected, we are stuck way back here in the woods. I think we're about 120 feet away from the basket. I don't have a lane to try a roller or anything like that. I would try a little tomahawk, but with such a short distance, I'm not great at those. So I'm just gonna try to go with a straight up and down spike hyzer with my splice. Just get out. Oh my. Well, I just hope that's in the fairway. I would have really loved to see that finish out. I am happy we made it into the fairway though. I'm sure it wouldn't have gone, well, of course it would have gone in. Every disc golfer knows if you hit a branch, that stopped your ace or your throw-in, you know what I mean? We have left ourselves a tricky, probably 32-foot putt in between these 2 trees for the 3. Oh. Dang, couple basket hits today. Bummer. Hole 7, 225 feet, dead straight. You can go with a slight Annie or the slight hyzer shot. This is definitely one that we want to have an attempt at a birdie putt on, but there is a stream right in front of the basket. We are going to full send our champion rhino. That should give us a birdie putt. Well, after our near ace run, we still have 137 feet for the 2. We're gonna go with a little catch cam action and we're gonna go with our pro rhino. Nice shot. One very important thing to know when playing here, that is the basket to hole 7, and right here is the tee pad to hole 11. It is very easy to skip holes 8, 9, and 10. To play hole 8, you actually have to walk halfway back up 7's fairway and then hook a right. Very deceiving. Hole 8, 500 feet. It looks like we want a really sharp left turn with our tee shot. I'll be honest, guys, this is the first hole that seems kind of throwing hope. Extremely congested fairway. We are going to try to hug this right side with our Firebird and see what happens. That's hitting a tree. No? There was a lot of luck involved in that tee shot. I mean, we hit our initial gap, but after that, we were just letting the disc do whatever the disc do. Well, after our very lucky tee shot, we're still 165 feet from the basket. I'm sorry, guys. That Bill Murray thing is just, I just can't focus anymore. I'm gonna go with our justice. I'm gonna throw it hard, hopefully leave ourselves a putt. Really good shot. Really good shot. I don't know. I feel like I'm just a diehard Bill Murray fan now, like for the rest of my life. Our first birdie on a really tough hole, and the whole time I was just laughing and not paying attention. It goes to show you guys, if you just have fun, you will play better. This one is for you, Bill. Hole 9, 272 feet. We have regained our composure here, so we're probably gonna mess up now. It is downhill. You wanna go with a slight ante the entire way. You could go with a turnover sidearm shot, but I definitely am not that accurate with that. So we are gonna go with the Envy. We caught a little branch, but I still think we're gonna be all right. Luckily, we did leave ourselves a good putt after our little branch kick there. It is 39 feet, slightly uphill for the 2. Really nice putt. Man, it's been a while since we played some good disc golf. Hole 9 break, and today I'm gonna give you guys a little advice if you've ever thought about doing a little van lifing or just a little disc golf trip where you might stay in your vehicle. Here are the 5 places that I would recommend and the most common places that I sleep at overnight while being on the road. Also, guys, remember, I call ahead to every place I go to. That is something that will be uncomfortable for most people out there. It will be awkward, but I'm telling you, definitely you need to do it. Number 1 is the obvious Walmart. Most Walmarts have absolutely no problem with you sleeping overnight, especially super centers. And Walmart is never a place that you're gonna have to worry about getting the cops called on you, because most likely if someone does call the cops on you, they're gonna see about 19 other illegal things happening in that parking lot before they even find you. So you don't need to worry about it. And number 2 is Planet Fitness. They are usually always open 24 hours except on the weekends. Sometimes their parking lots don't suit up the best for it. And if you ask them, they are less likely to say yes. But if you want to go full incognito, you can usually get away with it just fine at Planet Fitness. And if you have the Black membership, you have 24 hours, open to a bathroom and a shower. And number 3 is Cracker Barrel. Now, Cracker Barrel, without question, has the darkest and quietest places to sleep, period. The only downside is they usually ask you to eat a meal there. And if you're super cheap like me, you don't want to do that. And honestly, Cracker Barrel's food is not that good. Number 4, if you are in the area with an Ingles, you have to call ahead on Ingles, and that's also where I've had the cops called on me, because it is a little bit more of an upscale shopping center, but they do have like an awesome deli, great food. It's definitely my favorite place. They usually say yes most of the time, but again, that's somewhere that I would keep your visits very small, because again, someone might notice you and call you in. And number 5 is Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply will pretty much always say yes, but they do want you to leave before they open, and most Tractor Supplies can open pretty early, and their parking lots sometimes are not in the best locations. And I've only stayed at a couple Tractor Supplies if it's kind of a last-ditch effort, but it's there, it's available, and really when you're van lifing, you can't be too picky. So my ranking would be Ingles, Walmart, Planet Fitness, Cracker Barrel, and then Tractor Supply. I hope this knowledge helps you guys if any of you want to take a spontaneous trip, but let's finish our round. And also, guys, if you can, take a second to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Hole 10, 605 feet, very tricky hole. It looks like you want to hang dead straight for a really long time, and then it does hook off to the right. It looks like you want to go about 370 before it turns to the right. I can imagine a pro or somebody with a huge forehand just ripping one down there. Would be awesome to see. I'm just going to take my Wraith, and ideally I just want to land straight and be able to see the pin from there. Oh, hook up, hook up, hook up. Really good. I think that's the exact landing zone that we were looking for. Man, this is a very tricky and cool hole. We're still 239 feet away. We need to go with a huge ante. I do not think I can flick a sidearm up there. And of course, we're gonna go with the Jaguar. Nice shot. I don't get to say that very often after throwing the Jaguar. The Jaguar did come up quite a bit short. We have left ourselves a 52 footer for the 3. We're gonna have to go with a hyzer putt around this big tree. Oh my gosh. 3rd cage hit. Hole 11, it's only 195 feet, but as you guys can tell, it is way uphill and it's tucked off to the right. This is a very fun and unique shot. We are gonna full send our hex. Dang it. Well, we caught that branch. I think we'll have a long uphill putt though. I was kind of hoping for something a little more exciting. Well, we did come up 59 feet short. That is quite the bummer. Way uphill for the 2. All right, no run, but nice putt nonetheless. For the 3, hole 12, and this is our first hardcore tunnel shot, 280 feet, dead straight. We are gonna go with our hex. How am I playing so good and so bad at the same time? That's just the story of disc golf, isn't it? We still have 194 feet to the pin. In the back of my head, I knew that was not a hex shot. I'm not sure why I went with it, but now we are gonna go with our Pro Rhino. Hook up, please. All right, it'll be a putt. We've left ourselves about this 18-foot straddle putt for the 3. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. These long championship style courses are crazy. It's almost like an endurance test, and you just go through an entire roller coaster of emotions throughout the round because they take so long. You can be all fired up and happy because you're playing good, then you're gonna play bad, then you're gonna see pictures of Bill Murray, you're gonna fall on roots, just really gonna hit all of it on these long courses. Hole 13, 490 feet. It looks like we want to get a bunch of right turn off of our tee shot, and then I think we want it to hyzer back out at the end. I am gonna full send my my champion boss. I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can. Hopefully it will hold the line. Luckily, the boss did get smacked down pretty quickly, but the basket is still way down there. You definitely wanted a right finish, not a left. We are gonna go with a big turnover sidearm shot with our hex. Didn't get a ton of distance, but that's the line we were looking for. We've left ourselves a very tricky 85-foot putt in between these 2 trees for the 3. Oh, setters. I did not just say words there, but we should be able to knock that down. For the 4. Oh my goodness, that was a scare. Watch out for that root. Hole 14, 245 feet. You can go with a slight ante the entire way or a pretty sharp hyzer shot. We are gonna go with the ante with our Envy. Well, it felt pretty good. Hook up a little bit. Oh, we caught some branch up there. I don't know if we may have just landed right in the creek. That looked perfect. Luckily, we did not land in the water. It must have hit dead flat though, because it did sound like we landed in the water. We still have probably 25 feet for the 2. Oh, come on, Hunter. You gotta pick that putting up. Hole 15, there's no way to get a really good camera angle on this one. It's only 185 feet, but it is a very funky, really hard right turn. You could take some inside sidearm shot with a very overstable disc, but we are gonna take the ante with the Piwaka Waka. All right, that was okay. I think it's gonna be a long-ish putt. This did turn out pretty good. We've left ourselves about 16 feet, a little Annie putt for the 2. Nice putt. I do want to give a huge shout out to Keegan Bradford. This is not a paid endorsement by any means. I just like to recognize a good disc golf product. He reached out to me, I told him where I was, and boom, the next day he was there. So I do respect the hustle. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this, but it is the Zuka cart handle stash kit. Very cool. This slides over your handle just for a better grip. It has these little plugs where you can hook a carabiner or your towel, and then it has this awesome little stash kit that slides right into the end of the handle. You put in there, you know, whatever your imagination wants to. Again, I like to recognize a good product, a really awesome guy. We chatted for about an hour. I'll throw his info up here, so shout out to Keegan. Hole 16, 520 feet, dead straight, way uphill the entire way. You can't go with anything too crazy off the tee shot because we do have a low ceiling with these trees. I'm just gonna go with my Wraith, hopefully get a nice flip up, hit the hill, and hopefully skip straight up it. That's so bad. Skip left. Oh, we are still 230 feet away, but it could not be a more difficult 230 feet, way uphill, very hard to kind of hit this angle. I'm actually gonna go with a standstill Valkyrie. Hopefully we can get a nice little flip up and slide up the hill. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but we did immediately hit a tree as soon as we let the Valkyrie go. We still have 126 feet uphill for a crazy 3. Nice and simple. 4 to the 4. Hole 17, the rangefinder has it at 182 feet, but it is quite a bit uphill. There is a hyzer and an Annie lane. I'm gonna try to give this a full ace run. I'm gonna throw my championship rhino as hard as I can, hopefully get it to Annie a little bit, and then it should hook up right at the end. Oh, you know what? That was a good run. That was absolutely a great run. I'm not sure how deep we went, but we'll take that for sure. 4 to the 2. And rounding off our very fun and very long day at the championship style course, we have hole 18, 620 feet. We just want to go with a big hyzer shot off the tee pad and then make a play to the pin from there. We are going to go with our Halo Boss. Looks really good, big skip. All right, that was as good as I could do. Hopefully it's in a good spot. I'll be honest, I thought the Halo Boss skipped and just in general went a lot farther than it did. We still have 339 feet up to the pin. Pretty tricky shot. We're gonna full send our Firebird up there and if we're lucky, have a putt. Oh, it's slippery. Good looking shot. All right, I'm guessing we're gonna be quite a bit short, but we're happy with that. And again, we are shorter than I thought. Nothing like a long and elevated tester putt to finish the round on. We have 69 feet for the 3. Well, not a run, but a little anticlimactic, but a good 4. And that wraps up today's video in Seneca, South Carolina, taking on their championship course. And remember, it is home to the very big tournament, the Spring Fling. This is without question the best championship style course that I have filmed here on the channel. The only one that I have played that I enjoyed more was the Fort in Utah. This course offers anything that you would want when you're going out to play around. It is definitely aimed for people at a higher skill level, but you know what, even people not quite there yet, the fairways are fair. There's no real crazy hazards anywhere, and if you enjoy nature, this place just supplies an amazing time. And another great thing is if this course doesn't suit your play style or is a little too difficult for you, you can walk a whopping 50 feet next door to the smaller OG course. As you guys saw, this place has great tee pads, baskets, signage from hole to hole, tee signs. Yes, the holes are very long, they are very difficult, but you know exactly which line you have to hit for the most part. I think there was only one hole that felt a little throw and hope, and for these big style courses, that's absolutely amazing. I was never confused about where I was going or where I should be throwing. I don't think I could possibly express how awesome and how well-rounded this disc golf course really is. I'm telling you, with these long ones, there's always something. You're confused, the shot shapes are just a bit ridiculous, they don't really feel obtainable. This course has none of that. Everything that those big courses struggle with, this has fixed and just blown them out of the water. This course is just so calm, so peaceful. I never see it, you know, getting too full, chaotic, or anything that could take away from your round. And with everything that I've said, I'm going to give Seneca Championship Style Course the very solid score of 9.4 out of 10. Scores like that do not come out often here at Tossing Plastic. The only thing to really bring it to a 10 would just be some absolutely jaw-dropping scenery and maybe some really iconic shots. But I am pretty stern with my ratings, and I think this one deserves every bit of it. If you guys enjoyed just some real solid out in the woods disc golf, you are going to love this course, I promise you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.